This is the desert. We all know about the desert. We live in one. There's not a lot of water here, and without water, we can die. The sun is hot in the daytime, and at night it gets cold. When the wind blows hard, the sand stings your skin. On the other side of the world, there's another desert where once, a long time ago, the people of God lived. They used to be slaves, but God freed them and led them across the desert and gave them the 10 best ways to live. When God led the people into the promised land, they built a city to live in, the great city of Jerusalem. They built a palace for their kings to live in, and because they were the people of God, they also built a temple, a house for God, so God could live right in their city with them. Many hundreds of years went by. The kings of Jerusalem started to forget that they were just people and that God was their king. They thought that they could do whatever they wanted and God wouldn't see, and the people thought that the walls of Jerusalem would protect them from everything. Then came the prophets. I wonder if you know what a prophet is. Prophets are people who come so close to God and God comes so close to them that they know what God wants. Prophets are wise leaders who tell the people of God what God wants them to do. They are brave enough to tell the truth even when people don't want to hear it. Because sometimes the people of God forgot who they were, they hide from God and pretend God isn't there. They don't follow the 10 best ways to live, and they don't listen to the prophets. Sometimes what the prophet says makes them angry and they try to hurt the prophet. Being a prophet isn't easy. Jeremiah lived in Jerusalem, the great city of the people of God. He went all around inside and outside the city walls blowing a trumpet. The people asked him, "Why are you doing this?" Jeremiah said, "You have gone too far away from God. It is time to come back. God says, I am the one who led you to freedom across the desert. I gave you the 10 best ways to live. I am your God. You are my people. Come back." But the people didn't listen. Jeremiah said to the people, "Another nation will come and attack us like a lion and destroy us like a wolf." But the people didn't listen. Then Jeremiah went into the temple and the palace and told the priests and the king, "Pay attention, remember the 10 commandments. Start following them again. Love God and love people. Stop hurting the poor. Stop lying, cheating, and stealing. God says, turn around, change your ways, or I will tear down the temple." But still the people would not listen. Jeremiah's words made the people very angry, so angry that they put him in prison many times. They did not want to listen, but Jeremiah never stopped saying the things God told him to say. Then one day came the Babylonians, and they attacked the city. It was a terrible time. Their king wanted the city of Jerusalem for himself. They broke down the walls and burned the temple. Now where would the people go to find God? The soldiers marched God's people away from Jerusalem. They looked back at the smoke of the burning city and wondered if they would ever see it again. As they walked through the desert, they had to get up where the soldiers said. They had to eat what the soldiers said. They had to go where the soldiers said. They grew very tired and some of them died. It took a long time. They were in exile. They could not go home. When they got to Babylon, they hung their harps on weeping willow trees and sang sad songs. They dreamed of Jerusalem and the temple, but they could not go back. They even faced toward Jerusalem when they said their prayers. Slowly, the people of God began to understand that God was in this place too. They had no temple, and they had lost the stone tablets with the 10 best ways. But they remembered the 10 commandments and the old stories, and they wrote them down on scrolls so they could keep them with them always. And God's presence came to them when they gathered together to read the words of God, to tell the old stories, and to pray. I wonder if God heard their prayers. Yes, and God gave Jeremiah new words to say. They were written down and kept for us to read. God said, "I will bring healing to the city. I will heal my people and give them peace. I will forgive them their sins. I will bring the people back from exile and rebuild the city. A new king will be born to lead them, one who will do what is just and right, and who will remember the 10 best ways, and teach the people of God to love God and love other people." The people never forgot this promise. To end today, we'll hear the choristers sing, "And now another day is gone. I'll sing my Maker's praise."